Olivia Del Borello. For those of you who don't know me, I am the Director of Inspire Fitness, and I'm here with V Sergas, who is our WA State Manager. And today we want to, for the Motivation Monday, we're going to talk all things goals and goal setting and the importance of goal setting and also long-term goal setting. So why you need to be looking at one big goal and then breaking it down into some little steps. So for the girls who've been training with us for a little while, this is really important to do because sometimes it all gets a bit too easy to just come and go and do your thing and not really sure if you're getting anywhere or if you're seeing any sort of results. And that's not just weight loss, it's mental, it's physical, it's in your fitness as well. We want you guys progressing every week, and this is where we also want you to be feedback into the PTs if you want tougher, harder workouts, or if you have a specific goal in mind in terms of your fitness level that you're chatting to the PTs about. And yeah, we really want to make sure that the girls know what you're doing, what you're working to achieve, and they're really making sure in the classes they're factoring you in there and making sure that we're really working you guys hard and making sure we can get you there. So with your goals, it's really important to sit down, take a few minutes and talk about why your goals are important. What do you want to achieve, and what you're going to do to get there. So we thought for the Motivation Monday edition today, with especially with our 28-day challenge kicking off, so we thought it'd be a perfect time to talk all things goals and really get you guys thinking about what you're working to achieve and reset yourself and start a new week and a new 28 days strong and knowing what you're looking to achieve. So I'm going to kick V off to get you going on to how to set your goals and why we set them. So
I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what are the benefits of setting your goals. So goals give us direction. So when we have a direction, we know what we want to achieve, what's our target. So goals give you a direction to aim for and direct your efforts towards it. So if you set yourself a goal, you'll be more likely to then work hard to achieve that goal, achieve that target, rather than just wandering around and maybe don't know exactly what to do and where to go in life. So goals are different for everyone. You have fitness goals, healthy goals. It can be also something different, like a big goal in your life. Then it's not related to health and fitness. But so it doesn't matter what type of goal do you have in your life. It's really important to make it clear. So have a clear idea of your mind. What do you want to achieve, and what is your final target? So one benefit of setting goals, it's also the increase in your motivation. So when you wake up in the morning and you know then you're going to work towards something, well, that's going to make you wake up in the morning with a big smile and lots of motivation and lots of energy, because I'm sure if you're setting yourself something, you really want to try to get there. So definitely motivation is a big one, and I think we all need a little bit of motivation here and there. Definitely one of the best benefits of setting yourself a goal. Goals to be achieved and making sure that you get there, they have to be planned effectively. So we want to plan goals and are smart. This is a little bit, there you are. So we go over here. So what we want is our goal to be smart. This is something that I really suggest you girls, if you can, to write it down on a piece of paper, because it's something that you want to stick into your mind all the time. So for smart, we take the letter S. So the first one, we want our goal to be specific, okay? Specific, what does it mean? It means that we want a target that needs something really specific. So let's take the example.
I think it might be back to front. We'll post
I couldn't write on the other side, so that's
we'll post them later for you girls.
So specifics. Let's take an example. I want to lose weight. Losing weight is not a specific goal, but saying I want to lose 3 kilos, that's a specific goal. So this is also related to the second word, so the second letter, M, so measurable. When I say I want to lose 3 kilos, those 3 kilos, 3 is a number, so it's a figure, so it's something that we can measure, okay? So to be measurable, we want something that we can measure at the beginning of our goal or before starting to, working towards our goal, and then we can measure through our journey, and then at the end when we reach our goal. So 3 kilos, during my journey I've been losing 1.5 or 2 kilos, and I get to my goal of 3 kilos. So this is something that I can measure and I can keep track of.
Just to jump in, with measurable, it obviously doesn't have to be related to weight loss.
Oh, absolutely. No.
Yeah, with our girls starting, especially the 28-day challenge, we have had a lot of ladies on the phones over the last couple of weeks, just telling us that this is their first intro back into fitness, or very first introduction into fitness, and doing a program like this. So this is where, for you girls, really awesome to set a goal. So in your guides, you guys have squats, push-ups, and burpees. And you set a 1 minute timer, and you can see how many push-ups you can get in that 1 minute. Now that's an awesome tool to see, all right, this is where I'm starting. And for our current girls, do it now, do it today, why not? And just see where you're at now. And then in 2 weeks time, do it again, see how far you've come. And then in another 2 weeks, see how far you've come, and then see how far you went over the 28 days. So we're not just looking at the kilos and the weight loss and that kind of thing. We want you to have another goal to be pushing towards that fitness, and it also gives you a sense of accomplishment. So you can look back in 2 or 4 weeks and go, oh my God, like I started doing 10 push-ups and that was such a struggle, and now I'm doing 20 push-ups, or now I'm doing 10 on my knees and I'm doing 15 or 20 on my toes. And yeah, it gives you more of a sense of accomplishment, as opposed to just keeping that figure of weight in your mind. So if you haven't already done so, girls, get on there, get your measurements done, write them into your book, get your fitness testing done and write them into the book. And girls on our current girls, get it done as well. There's no reason why you can't either. It's as simple as getting a little measuring tape from Lincraft or Spotlight or something like that, or I think maybe IGA even sells them. They're like $1 or $2, and just your measurements around your thighs, hips, waist, chest and arms. And yeah, it gives you a good tool to see how you're progressing. So 1 minute, set yourself a timer. You've got squats, you've got push-ups, and you've got burpees. Just make sure that you are doing them in line with, so like if you're doing them on your toes for push-ups, that you're keeping in line, or you're marking how many you did on your toes, how many you did on your knees, so that we always have a standard to adhere to. So yeah, don't always keep it measurable to just weight. We want to have a look at how you can improve your fitness. Also your sleep, look at, are you sleeping, what's the quality of your sleep at the moment? Are you sleeping between 3 to 4 hours, or 6 to 7, or is it intermittent? Are you waking up? And let's see how just adding in some healthy measurables, like exercising 3 or 4 times a week, getting good amount of water into you, is going to help with other things in your lifestyle. So we don't always want to be looking at weight, because huge believer in, if you just be consistent with things and you've got other little measurables going on, sure enough you'll find that weight's just going to slip right off. So back to SMART goals.
Back to SMART goals. Okay, so we have the letter A. So for A we go achievable. Just because we believe that something is achievable when it's realistic, and this is more related to something that maybe it's not in your control. For example, you're aiming to do, 20 push-up up on your toes, but you have some very weak wrist and you can't do more than 10 because your wrists are sore and it's too painful. You probably won't be able to do 20 just because the weight on your wrist would be too much to do 20. So this is something that is not realistic, and unfortunately you might not be able to do. So yeah, achievable, it's something that you know you can do. Nothing is impossible, but of course we have to also set goals then we know it's in our ability to do it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think on that note as well, girls, like we had a couple of girls on the phone. It's with that achievable, it's like we said, it's not impossible, but it's setting a realistic timeline. Because if you're saying I want to lose 10 kilos in 28 days, chances are it's not realistic. Although you can achieve some awesome results with the 28-day challenge. I think some girls were around the anywhere between 4 to 6 kilo mark last round. It comes down to a fair few things, like what your starting weight is, what your current activity is, how coherent you are to the program, and how much you're sticking with it. And there's a lot of factors at play, but it's around making it realistic and knowing where you are. Like they said, if you want to start a marathon and you've never done any exercise ever, it's probably not going to be realistic in a 28-day time limit. So it's just, making it realistic, but also set it a little bit outside the box. We don't want to make it too easy that you can just sort of coast along to it. So set it, within reach, but sort of just outside your reach, if that makes sense. So you want to be pushing towards that, but knowing that you are absolutely going to be able to get there if you work hard and you achieve all those tick boxes, because otherwise you can get disheartened and go, all right, I'm throwing up my hands, I'm not even close to it, can't be bothered, too hard, I'm out. So set them within reach, but set them enough that you want to keep pushing towards it. And it's kind of like that, aim for the moon, and if you fall, you'll land among the stars. So set them a little bit further out of your reach, but not too far. So, yeah.
And so finishing with our SMART goals, we have the last two letters. So for R, we got relevant. I'm really, really, really positive that I strongly believe that if you set a goal, then it's relevant and important for you, for yourself, to you, you'd be much more likely to achieve it. Just because, well, no one is really interested in working towards something that it doesn't have any importance for myself, for yourself. So we all have different goals and different targets in life. It's really, really important that you think about what your personal goals are, and it can be completely different than anybody else around you. So something important to you. Yeah.
I'm a big believer in know your why. So with that relevance, it's know why you want to achieve it. And I can tell you now, it's not going to work if it's somebody else's why. So if you're doing it for the wrong reasons and it's not important to you, it ain't going to happen. So know your why. Know why you're getting up every single day, or those girls that come into our early morning classes, even those 5:15ers, know why you're setting your alarm that early in the morning, because I can tell you now, when it starts to get colder, when it starts to get darker, if that why isn't strong enough, you're not going to do it, and you might do it for 2 weeks or even 10 days, and it'll start to fall below the waistline. So really know why you're doing it. Is it because, for our mums out there who have a little bit of weight to lose or just want to get healthy, is it because you want to set a great example for your kids? Or for our younger girls, is it because you just want to feel good and have lots of energy to last throughout the day? And just know why it's important to you, because at the end of the day, it's not going to happen if it's not as important to you. And that's why that scale of importance on your goals form was put on there, because it needs to be, it needs to be up around the 10 mark. And if it's not, you need to have a look at why it's not there. And if it's just a lifestyle point of view and you're sitting around that 8, that's fine. But those girls that really are committed and 100% want to achieve it, you really need to know your why. So.
Yeah, and we finish with the last letter, which is the T. So for the T, we got time. So also very important when you set a goal is to set a time frame around your target. Knowing that you you have a deadline, okay, it motivates you so much more. So 28 days challenge. You can set yourself a goals for the next 28 days. But then this is also, we want to try to set ourselves goals that are long term, so then goes over the 28 days, but always set the time, a deadline. It can be a date, I know many girls come to us before big events, for example, the wedding or the sister wedding or some big event in life that means a lot for them. So they have a deadline. They're really working so hard to reach the goal before the deadline. Definitely time is a big one. Don't just set a goal and say, my goal is doing 50 squats, whatever. No, set yourself, I want to do 50 squats. I want to be able to do 50 squats in 2 months. And this is also a good thing to do is if you have your own agenda or something, or even a calendar in your room or on your fridge or whatever, just mark the date and go and have a look at the date sometimes here and then. So that's going to remind you that you have to get there before that date, or definitely write those things down, not just type it on your phone or on your computer. I think it's switch something in your mind when you actually write them down and you have them always in front of you. So now that you set your SMART goal, the best things to do is write them down on a piece of paper, maybe put them on your fridge or somewhere where you can see them very often during the day, so it will remind you that you have something good to work for and looking forward.
I know a lot of girls put them on their phone and screenshot them so they're on their wallpaper. I know it's really important, it's all well and good to... It's you know, it's all well and good to say, oh yeah, I want to do this, this, and this, and to set these smart goals, but you need to you know, you need to have them in front of you. Otherwise, you're gonna, you know, it's gonna fall below the waistline. We know life gets busy, so have them up. If you are in the if you ever come to Inspire HQ, we've got all the goals out on the board. We see them daily. We know what we're working to achieve, and we know what our team is working for. And same with you guys. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Why do you want it? And when do you want it by? So yeah, really make sure you've got it in your face. Or make sure, you know, every morning when the first thing you wake up, you check it and you check yourself and you say, all right, I know why I'm getting up at 5 o'clock for. I know why I'm doing it. I know what I'm going to achieve. I know when I'm going to do it. And you just keep working through it. So yeah, definitely make sure it's in your face every day.
Absolutely, yeah. And last thing that I would like to add is to share your goals with others. So this is this is very important. Yeah, very big one. So share with your family, with your friends, but also with the girls that you're gonna meet in the new Inspire group. It gives you lots of motivation and lots of energy because you share what is important to you with people then they're like that think the same things as you and they are interested in the same things as you. So especially when we talk about fitness and health, you want to share your goal with girls that you have around and they are into fitness and health. Okay, so definitely with your trainers, with the other girls of the group. Don't be shy. We all have different goals, so it doesn't matter what your goals are. They are all important. And last thing that I wanted to say is be proud of any little achievement that you reach. Okay, it can be very small, very big. It doesn't matter. It's something that you achieved. It's something that you worked hard for. So yeah, they're all worthy. Big big clap to yourself. Well done.
Just with the sharing, people, it's an accountability measure as well. If you sit back and hide it, it becomes very easy to not achieve it. So if you say it loud and say it proud, you kind of have some accountability. So you know that now we know, noted, we're going to hold you accountable. But also, like, if you tell your family and tell your friends, it lets them understand what you're going through and what you're achieving every day. I know sometimes it can be, if people don't understand what your goals are, they're not as supportive of your goals. So tell them why it's important to you, tell them what you're achieving. And that also helps them understand, say, if you're going out for dinner and you're ordering, you know, a salad or you're asking for the dressing on the side, they're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that's awesome for her. Like, so proud that she's sticking to her goals and not ordering the old palmy and in a pint. She knows she's got a goal and she's not going to let anyone stop her. So say it loud and say it proud and make sure everyone's around you to support you. And that's where, as V said, the Inspire community comes in. Say it loud. So your big task now and your big challenge is to post below this post in the comments below what your goals are. So we want to know what your goals are. Now we would love to know your 6-month goals. Now that is so important because we at Inspire are very much based around lifestyle. We don't just want you to jump on, jump off, jump on, jump off. It's not healthy and it's not a lifestyle. So we really want you to be living a healthy, fit and active lifestyle. And for that, you'll become more consistent, you'll get better results and you'll keep them off. So we're not just hamsters on a wheel jumping on and off whenever we want to lose 3 to 5 kilos. You can actually keep it off by just doing a few simple steps. So I want you to really have a look and fast forward yourself to 6 months' time. If you could have achieved anything in 6 months' time, what would you like to achieve? And, this is where, think outside the box, but, make them still realistic, but still push yourself that extra mile. And then backtrack. So break it down into the 28-day lots and sort of say every 28 days, what do I want to achieve? What do I want to achieve? And then know this next 28 days. This next 28 days are the most important. What do you want to achieve? Where are you now? And what do you want to achieve by the next 28 days? And how is that going to accumulate to overall get you to your 6-month goal? So you've got until the end of day Tuesday to post your goals below, what you want to achieve 6 months, what you want to achieve in the next 28 days, why you want to achieve it, and why is it important to you, and post below so we want to know. And then next Monday we'll do a check-in, so we want to see how you've gone with your goals for this week and what you've been able to achieve, and let's all share those small victories together. So go ahead and post below and have an awesome week, girls, and get fired up and get ready for a big week. Cool.
See ya.
See you, girls.